Was Lloyd's Insurance really founded during a meeting at Starbucks? Hey, can I set up a checking account at the Bank of England? Was Isaac Newton a mathematical genius, but as dumb as everyone else when it came to money? These and other questions will be answered right after this. I'm Professor Jerome Arkenberg, and I've been teaching a wide variety of history courses at colleges across this country for the past 30 years. In this video, I'm going to tell you about how the British, financially speaking, went Dutch, how British entrepreneurs raised the money to fund the Industrial Revolution, and how 17th century coffeehouses played a role in this financial revolution. At the end, I'll have the wrap-up quote on this video. But first, make sure to click like, share, and especially subscribe, and that little bell thingy, so I can continue to bring you more great videos just like this one. In the 18th century, a rapidly increasing population in Great Britain, as a result of Britain's agrarian revolution, meant all these people needed shoes and clothing, pewterware and pottery, the minimal accoutrements of early modern life, and this demand spurred investment of capital, which was readily at hand from both agrarian and overseas profits, into manufacturing concerns able to meet this demand. Legal recognition of limited liability partnerships, corporations only appeared in Britain in 1825, along with newly developed fire and marine insurance first offered at Lloyd's Coffeehouse in 17th century London, as seen here. No, this is not a early modern Starbucks. This is Lloyd's of London. Again, originally just Lloyd's Coffeehouse. There is Lloyd's by 1770. Whoa, they have really expanded their coffee and bakery goods. Anyway, this dissipated much of the financial risk, providing the necessary capital to found new concerns. In 1660, a number of London goldsmith companies first began to issue deposit receipts that circulated as paper money, and these firms became national banks after the Bank of England was chartered in 1694, which became the model for local banks beyond London, which by the year 1810 numbered over 800. This is a picture of Barclays Bank in 1740. The Bank of London revolutionized Britain's revenue system and allowed it to borrow money at a fraction of the previous cost, which, along with the local banks, which tapped the wealth of the gentry outside London, made cash readily available to local entrepreneurs. Another key advance was the early 17th century appearance of the world's first stock exchange, as seen here at the top, in Amsterdam, in Holland, where members speculated in shares of the Dutch East India Company. The speculators did not actually own shares in the company, but simply speculated on its fortunes, like gamblers. By 1695, in the reign of the Dutch William III, the London Royal Exchange appeared to buy and sell shares in and speculate on the fortunes of the Bank of England and the British East India Company, quickly becoming so popular that traders moved across the street to the coffee houses of Change Alley. You see it here, Change Alley, the Royal Exchange, and this little area. You would bother to look closer, you would see many, many different concerns and coffee houses there. These new stock exchanges brought in speculators and moneyed interest, even common folk, all of whom often got swept up in a speculative frenzy, such as the Great South Sea bubble of 1720, about the speculating and trying to get a hold of shares of the Great South Sea Company. And you see it rising up here. This is where it starts to go. Unfortunately, they lost their entire investment when the bubble burst, and this included Sir Isaac Newton. He may have been a mathematical genius, but clearly he was not a financial one as well. He had shares, he sold them here, he got caught up, he bought more shares here, which is right before it fell, and he lost just about everything. By the end of the 19th century, commodities and future exchanges had appeared all across the European world, from Paris to New York, Calcutta to Sydney, Toronto to Cape Town, Buenos Aires to Chicago. You see here at the top, this is the New York Stock Exchange in the year 1905, and at the bottom is the Chicago Board of Trade in the year 1906. The wrap-up quote. The company of London insurers, having erected and continued for a considerable time their office for insurance from loss by fire at St. Paul's Coffee House at the west end of St. Paul's Cathedral, inform all persons who shall take out policies signed by 3 or more members of the said company, for which they pay only 1 shilling for the stamp duty and 2 shillings 6 for the first quarter, and shall continue to pay their quarterly premium within 10 days after every quarter day, that they shall have their houses or immovable goods and merchandise insured from loss and damage by fire to the value of £500 sterling for each policy. And when no fire shall happen, their money shall be on deposit in the Bank of England till the next fire. The Company of London Insurers, 1711. So let me know what you think of this quote in the comment section below. Also, what you liked about this video, and what other historical topics or subjects you'd like to see in future videos. Be sure to click like, share this with others, and especially subscribe, as it will help me bring you more great videos just like this one. And click on that little bell thingy so you'll know when the next History Waits for No One video is posted. If you want to know more, there are recommended studies on this topic in the descriptions below, along with other ways to connect with me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the past.